Would you please welcome Trevor Noah? Trevor, you have said that your comedy was taking a back seat during The Daily Show. So just how good does it feel to be touring the world again?
It's interesting because I've had to get used to it again. You know how you have a muscle that you don't work out, which is most of the muscles in my body, really.
I've got many.
I feel like stand-up comedy and touring is like that, you know? Yeah, I'm excited for this. This is like actually taking my time, sipping a coffee in Melbourne, meeting the people. This is going to be good. This is going to be great.
Are you sure you're not actually Australian? Because basically you've passed the citizenship test then. Drinking a coffee in Melbourne, like, that's it.
Oh yeah, that's me. I used to, you know what I used to love coming for was like obviously for the festivals, right? So I would stay there for extended periods of time. And what so I have a theory. I say you haven't really lived somewhere until you've done laundry twice. And so I've done laundry so many times in Australia. Like Melbourne is the most laundry I've done. I've done Sydney laundry once. Brisbane, they didn't want to do my laundry. That was weird. But everywhere else I've done my laundry, really.
You're a man of the people, Trevor Noah. Are you going to be prepared, though, for our wildlife while you're here?
My dream is to meet that buff kangaroo. That's like that has been my biggest dream. There are celebrities I don't care about. Like 10 steps under, like if I rank celebrities, I think like the buff kangaroo is like number 4. Whenever I'm feeling down, I go, if that kangaroo can look that good, what's your excuse, Trevor? What's your excuse?
You've said that being single at 40, that people have labelled you a loser. You've hosted The Daily Show, you've hosted the Grammys, you've done tours, you're an author. How are you a loser? And what hope do any of us have?
It all depends on who you're asking, right? So, you know, my mom loves me very much, but I've now gotten to an age, and she's gotten to an age where I think all of my success is measured in how many grandchildren I can give her. And since I've given her none, I'm a chronic underachiever, I think. In the dating world, or, you know, even if I go on a date, people are like, why haven't you been married? I'm at the age where you should have been by now, so... You know, I'll figure it out. I'll do like a quick little arranged marriage with somebody, break it off, and then I'll have like a little swag under my belt.
Sure, but that doesn't solve the children thing. And let me give you a piece of advice, Trev, about having kids. You know, my mum really, all she wanted me to do was have children. And then I had them, and she didn't love me anymore. She just treated me as the survival person. Like, I was just the person who kept her grandkids alive.
Look, I know that my mom won't love me more if I have kids.
She won't.
But she'll be happier.
It's worth the trade-off.
Yeah, and it's like, but it's a zero-sum situation because her happiness will go up and yours will go down by the same margin. I'm just warning you.
This is true. You know what? Can I just tell you how much I appreciate you right now? Because I speak to parents all the time, and they will look at me with a lie in their eye. I can see their lying, and they'll be like, oh, Trevor, oh my God, it's the greatest gift. Oh, it's. But then you can see in their eyes, they have like, you know, like a hostage video. They're just like, oh yeah, it's the greatest gift. Oh, you've got to do it. You've got to do it.
You seem to keep everyone happy. So is there an art to towing the line between offensive and funny?
Yeah, you know, I'll be honest with you. I think the biggest thing that's happened these days is, like, I disagree with people who say people have become more sensitive. I don't think people have become more sensitive. But I do think social media has created this weird environment where people who didn't necessarily or weren't the audience get a message that wasn't intended for them. And I think all comedy is context. Like, think of the jokes you can tell your friends and your family. You can't say any of that to anyone else without them wanting to, like, end your life. But because your family and friends know where it's coming from, they can, like, they go like, oh yeah, we get that it's you, and that's why we hate you, because we know you as a person. It's different, right? and so I think the thing that happens, like, you know, with social media is a lot of the time you're minding your own business, and all of a sudden somebody sends, or even in your timeline, there's a joke, there's a story, there's a thing. You didn't even ask for it, and now it's in your world. And so I think of it this way. Imagine if you walked past comedy clubs and the windows were open, which they never are. You would just hear the most random things being shouted from some stranger on a stage. Yeah, you would get offended. But when you're in the room, you know why the people are there. You understand what the context is. And I think I honestly think that's all it is. I don't think people have gotten more sensitive. I think more people are getting something that they didn't sign up for, which is going to offend them, and that makes sense.
Hey, Trev, I've got a question. Do you reckon I could host The Daily Show? Now, the reason I ask...
I think you'd be fantastic, yeah.
Well, the reason I ask is when our mate Ronnie Cheng auditioned for his Daily Show gig, I played the role of you. So I've been Trevor Noah before. Can I do it again?
I think the average Australian is funnier than most people in the world just because of your... I don't know what it is in Australia. Maybe it comes with being isolated for so long. Look, I mean, I don't want to use the wrong word, but like insanity is the first that comes to mind. A general level of like delusion and also just like loose fun.
I've got the delusion, you know.
Yeah, you've got the beard. You've got the beard.
Good to go.
But hang on.
I'm pretty much Trevor Noah.
Trev, if we're swapping Cody out for you, then you'd have to come and fill in for Nick. So are you ready to have loose fun here on the project desk with us when you're here?
Are you kidding me? That is my dream. I used to watch the project when I'd be in Australia and I'd just put on TV and there's just like topics and then you're discussing them and then you have a ton of fun and you go crazy. This is the best thing ever. And I feel like you can say things that are a little crazier because the rest of the world is sleeping while you're saying it. So it's like a little safer. So yeah, I would definitely want to come join you.
All right, Cody, you're out.
Yeah.
You're done, mate.
Off you go. You're going to host the Daily Show. Trevor, we are going to hold you to that promise. We can't wait to have you here on the desk. In the meantime, Trevor is bringing his off-the-record tour to Australia later this year. Ticket details are on our website. Please thank Trevor Noah.